All right, what's up everybody? Welcome in. We are going to be shipping out some orders this morning. We got a bunch to ship out. I think 12 eBay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 Poshmark, 2 Mercari, and 1 Depop. Mercari actually outsold Depop yesterday for the first time in a long time. Slide you guys over and get everything all set up. Head over to Nifty to the analytics page so I can read the sales, and we'll get started. Should be a decently fast shipping live. It's not that much. It's not like a Saturday or a Monday morning shipping live, but it will have a decent amount in it. So hang out. Feel free to ask some questions. If you have questions about reselling, about items I sold, anything like that, feel free to drop those in the chat. And we'll go ahead and get started in just a minute. Appreciate everybody who came out to the Whatnot show. I still got to ship out your orders. You can see there's a couple orders on the ends of the racks. We did like a little pop-up show yesterday. If you're watching on Facebook, you probably didn't get the live notification because for some reason yesterday it wouldn't allow me to hook up my Whatnot to Facebook. So hopefully they get that fixed before Saturday. But if you guys watched the show yesterday, you noticed there's a lot of crazy good stuff. We still have a whole box to go through. Like half of that box is filled behind me full of like goodies to put into that show. So if you haven't bookmarked the Whatnot show, go bookmark the show. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm probably gonna do like an AirPods giveaway. We have really good men's, really good women's. If you came to the show last night, you saw we already sold most of the Jams World pieces. I think there's like 1 or 2 left in that box from what I saw last night after the show. We sold like crazy Robert Graham shirts last night, but there's still like insane stuff. If you like Lululemon, you like Viore, things like that, we have those in this weekend show. It's all consigned shows, so we got all that stuff in earlier this week. We have another box from this person on the way. I think it's going to be here on Saturday morning, so I don't know if I have time to load it up for this show, but that'll be for the following week's show. So we have lots of goodies coming, so make sure you go bookmark the show if you haven't signed up. There's a link in the description of this live or in my bio. You can get free $15, so you made it on time. Let's go. Yeah, I started right at 10:30 today. I figured 10:30 was a good time to start. But yeah, go bookmark the show if you haven't bookmarked it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Lots of resellable pieces. Like everything in that show is like good resellable brands. It's brands that you'll see on these lives too that I ship out. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. We're starting with a Depop order first. One singular Depop order, and it was a low dollar Depop order, but I got these in a huge buyout of Polo Ralph Lauren. By the way, you guys were sleeping on the Polo Ralph Lauren on Listed, so I actually bought it from my supplier that I had on Listed. I have, I think, like 200 plus pieces of Polo Ralph Lauren on the way. Similar to this, prices were about the same for polo shirts in those bundles. This one was I only paid $5 for this, and it sold for $15 over on Depop. It's more of like a plain piece that I get in those bulk buys, but you still can make money on these plain pieces. And it sold over on Depop, so no fees on that. Just a basic bread and butter sale, nothing too crazy, but nice little Depop sale. I've been selling these quite often. The Polo Ralph Lauren, just basic polo shirts. This one actually didn't even have a size on it either. The size tag was removed, so I listed this really low. I usually list these for around 20, and it sold on Depop really fast. So nice little sale. If you get these cheap enough, the basic polos, you can sell these pretty quick. They're nice bread and butter, easy to buy, easy to list items. It's cute, but expensive, and I have a lot of inventory. No worries. No worries. All right, that one shipped. Toss that behind me. Next up, we're gonna ship out some Depop Mercari orders. Changing my photos in the plan, and plan on getting lighting today. Let's go. Awesome. I love it. I love that you're taking action. All right, Mercari sales. We have I think this is the Mercari. Yes. Mercari sales starting out. We got a pair of Mavi jeans. I don't really pick up this brand anymore. It's been sitting in my store for a while. But luckily somebody came in and bought it. I only paid $5.34 for these, and they sold for $30.78. That was definitely an offer sent from Nifty because I don't list anything with 38 cents or 78 cents in the end. But $5.34 into $30.78, pair of Mavi jeans. Nice little sale. Again, I don't really pick up this brand anymore. It kind of sits in my stores. So this is like one of the last pairs I have available. And luckily somebody came and scooped it up. Now, if I did find these for like $1 or $2 at like a garage sale, I probably would still pick them up. But these jeans, the Mavi jeans, used to sell for like $35 almost instantly, and they just don't move like that anymore. What's up, Cuba? All right, that one shipped. Next up, we got a pair of our Free Fly shirt. This is the last Mercari sale. 2 Mercari sales is a miracle. Free Fly men's shirt, size extra large. Pick this up for $5.32 at a thrift store. This one sold for $16. Not a huge sale, but Free Fly is a great brand to pick up. These usually sell pretty quick. We listed this about a month ago and it already sold. So nice little bread and butter. Add to the cart. Figured out how to schedule my listings using Nifty AI. Stoked. We'll do this. Yep, you can schedule listings with Nifty. So if you didn't know, you can actually schedule, I think, weeks in advance. So if you get like way ahead of schedule, because you're using the AI tool and it's making it super easy for you to get your listings up, you can just schedule those out and then you don't have to worry about putting listings live every day. It'll actually list it and cross list it for you too when you schedule the listing out. So really, really convenient. Sold a crazy shirts Hawaiian shirt yesterday. Was definitely a random purchase I made because of the tag sale. Made about $10 off of it, which isn't great. Hey, something. $10 is what we usually look for with like a basic bread and butter pickup. What's up, Kevin? You can schedule even further out than eBay allows. That's awesome. I haven't tried the schedule out tool yet, so that's awesome. Schedule out further than eBay allows, and like I said, it automatically cross lists for you. So when you list it, it'll just boom, all platforms. You can schedule listings for like 8 a.m. in the morning. You can do 5 listings a day. Let's say on the weekend you have extra time and you list 40 items. You take pictures of 40 items, you load those into Nifty, you set up all your listings, and then you schedule out 5 a day. You pretty much have a full week's worth. And then throughout the week, whenever you have time to take photos, you can just add those into your schedule and just literally have listings every single day. I actually started doing that with my Facebook and Instagram posts. I started scheduling out those posts. Like this morning at 10 a.m. I had a post go out. It's so convenient to schedule things out. So I might try that with Nifty too and just schedule, because I have a whole bunch ready to go. I probably should schedule the weekend listings because I never really get around to it. All right, next up, we got a poncho shirt. If you know, you know. I've been selling a crap ton of these lately. This is a men's poncho shirt, and it sold this morning for $65 over on Poshmark. You guys are going to see a couple more of these during the live because I sold so many of these this weekend. May I ask what percent you offer on Nifty? I do 10% discount. 10% off offers is what I usually send. How do you decide how much to list an item at? Based off comps on eBay. I use eBay sold comps to really price my items. A lot of the items I'm picking up nowadays, if they're bread and butter and I've already sold them once, I don't really have to look them up because I've already sold them once, or I'm familiar with the brand and what sells well on the brand. But as you learn, what I would suggest is to use eBay sold comps to look up your items, look for comparable listings, and then price against those. Also, look up what's listed versus what's sold too, because just because you see something sold for like $50, let's say this poncho shirt sold for $50 and you have 3 sales for $50, but you have 400 listed at $50, you shouldn't pick that item up because there's way too many listed and very, very little sold in that item. So just keep that in mind when you're picking stuff up. Just because you see a sold comp for a high price does not mean it's a pickup. Next up, we got a pair of Levi's denim jeans. Levi's, let me find it. 501 Levi's. Pick these up for $7.47. These sold for $22. I do these like I do Polo Ralph Lauren. Just basic bread and butter sales. Picking them up for $5 to $8, selling them for $22, making a $10 profit. Is there a way to promote your existing listings at eBay all at once, or do you have to modify each listing? Yeah, you can do a promoted listings campaign on eBay. It's in your promotions tab. You set up a promoted listing, so as soon as Nifty relists an item, my items automatically get promoted at 7%. So I never have an item that's not promoted. He shows how to use bulk photo upload on Nifty. I was trying to figure out, but can't figure it out. Yeah, I can show you. I can show you what it looks like. I'm gonna have to do it on the phone though, because I don't do it on the computer. I don't have any photos on my computer. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to Nifty. Let me see if I can open this up. Okay, so you're on Nifty's page right here. Top right hand corner, might be the left for you guys. You see that little purple lightning bolt? It's right there. You're gonna hit the purple lightning bolt, and now you're in the generate listings using AI setting, and you can do multiple. So when you do this one, you would upload your photos right here, put them in there, and then you would select if it's men's or women's, and then if you want to do a shipping preset, you can do that here. And then at the bottom, it says add another item right there. you're going to click add another item, and then you're going to be able to do the same thing with item number 2. You'll add your photos in there. You will select what gender it is, and then you're on to your next item. Boom. And if you're doing this on the computer, if you upload your photos to the computer, you can just drag your photos over. Super easy. Just boop, boop, drag them over, click men's or women's, go to the next item. It's actually much faster on the computer. I find it's easier for us to just do it on the phone. So yeah, if you do all your photos on the computer, you just boop, right into your listing. I programmed my ChatGPT to think like a reseller. I haven't figured out ChatGPT yet. There's so many people using ChatGPT. I probably should like look into it because it's probably good for like social media posts and stuff like that too. But yeah, smart. I've seen some people do that. Like they'll be at the thrift store and they'll find an item. There's somebody who keeps making videos on TikTok where they have like a preset where they like have something they say to ChatGPT. And then ChatGPT, like they say, like, what's the sell-through rate on blah, 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 501 Levi's jeans made in USA from 1996 or something like that. And they'll literally give them the sell-through rate based off ChatGPT. It's pretty cool. Do you do all your listings on Nifty? I do now. I used to not. I used to do them all on eBay, but it's so much easier just to take your photos and let Nifty just create the listing for you. Not to make this a Nifty live, but whenever I get Nifty questions, I always answer them. So all of these were all created by Nifty. I'm going to put 10 more of these live today. All of these, all Kayla did was take the photos and she uploaded them into Nifty and it created an entire title for her. If you go into each one of these listings, you'll see that everything is set up, size. This is all created. None of this was touched by us yet. All we have to do is put in the price point, the shipping, and the store category, and pretty much everything else will be set up. So this is all done by Nifty just from taking these photos right here. That listing was created. So what's up, Kim? But yeah, we're using Nifty now because it just makes sense. Now that I know how to use the tool, I should have been using it a long time ago. It's always a Nifty live. I know, I always get Nifty questions during the live. Always. All right, let's ship out the next one. We got a pair of, did you have the Judy Blues? Come on, they're right here. Judy Blues. Women's Judy Blue jeans. Let me go back to my analytics tool. And they sold over on Poshmark. Let me find them really quick. Judy Blue jeans paid $10.67. We're not paying that much for Judy Blues anymore. This is an older pickup. Actually, it's not too old of a pickup. Shouldn't have paid that much for them. $10.67 is too much. These only sold for 22 bucks. Not a huge profit. We're really trying to buy Judy Blues for like around like $5 nowadays because they just don't command. These used to sell for like 35 bucks. It just doesn't happen anymore. That's going to slide in. If I can get it to slide in. All right. And I'm going to try that. You should. Give it a try. I didn't use it for so long. And then, like I said, Tekken Sports put out his blister. And I was like, wait, Nifty has one of those. Let me try Nifty's out. And I did. And I was like, holy crap, that's awesome. That's awesome. Gonna try Nifty AI this weekend. Nice. There's always a link in the description of these videos for my link tree. I'll just throw it in the chat really quick if anybody's watching and is like, hey, I want to try that out too. This is a discount link. It's also a affiliate link, so I do get a kickback for it if you decide to go with Nifty. But that'll get you a free 7-day trial. The link that's in the chat right now. It will ask you for your credit card information, but it's not going to charge your credit card. It's just so it puts one on file for you. So when you do decide to go with Nifty, you can just press a button and it charges your card. But that's in the description, so if anybody want to try it out, they can. Library sold had a whole bag of shipments, dropped off my kids at camp and drove straight to work. Forgot to post office. Ouch. Yeah. Luckily, I have the post office pickup from my house for that reason, so I don't ever forget. But yeah, I feel your pain. Luckily, when I used to work a full-time job, I actually worked for the post office, so I would just bring all my packages to work, and then I would scan them in. And the great thing about that is if anybody said, like, hey, my package isn't on the way, like, when is my package being shipped? My package never arrived. It never got scanned in. I was like, wait, I'm the one who scanned it in. There's no way. There's no way you're being truthful with that. 7 for All Mankind men's 34 jeans. We only pick up really 7 for All Mankind men's jeans or Dojo jeans for women's. Pick these up for $8.03. These sold for $25. Another little bread and butter pickup in sale. What does Nifty AI app look like on the phones? So if you watch my video, Kelly, if you go to my pinned video on Facebook, that is Nifty AI. That's a tutorial, and that was taken all on my phone. It looks exactly like it does on the website. It's a web-based cross-lister, so there's no app, but it doesn't really matter because everybody has the web on their phone. And you just go on nifty.ai on your phone, and it looks exactly like that tutorial looks like. I literally screen captured that whole tutorial from my phone. It works just like it does on the computer. So that's the benefit of it. Having it not on an app, but also just on the web is when you use it on the web and you use it on the phone, it looks exactly the same and it runs exactly the same. I actually like it better that it's on the web. This is my second month. Let's go. You keep saying, I took this photo in my Lightbox. Can you show your Lightbox really quick? The Lightbox that I use is also in my link tree. Let me go over to my link tree really quick. Actually, I can just go on my Amazon page. The Lightbox we use is, Lightboxes we uses. That doesn't make any sense. The Lightboxes we use are right here. We have a little Lightbox, which is this one right here. This is the one that we put photos, like it folds up really nice. You can see, you can take photos from the top. You can take photos from the side. That's the little light box. That's where we get the close-up images, and this is our full light box that we use. Big boy, this is the walk-in one. It's like 6 or 7 feet tall. You walk into it. It comes with the white backdrop, so that way you can put the white backdrop here. It goes all the way on the floor, and then you just snap your photos on it. So those two are both linked in my link tree. Linked to my link tree under the products we use on a daily basis. All the stuff we use, the boxes, I always get asked about those boxes that we use for inventory. Those are linked. The clear bags we use are linked. The shoe rack that we used to use is linked. Like everything is linked there. So it fits whole shirts. The little one doesn't. The little one's just for close-up photos. If you want something that fits whole shirts, you'll have to get the full walk-in light box. So the little one is just, the dimensions are in the listing, I think. Let me see. Yeah, it's a 25 by 30 by 25, so you won't be able to fit a whole shirt in there. You have to have a bigger light box to fit a whole shirt. Do you get feedback to buyers on eBay after they purchase? Yeah, so automatically they get feedback from my store. As soon as they buy something, they just get a feedback. I used to wait till the item got delivered, but I don't worry about that anymore. As soon as I ship the items, the feedback is left. Would I order the $400 one? Yeah, it's a big one. You don't want to move that one either. If you get the $400 one, if you're thinking about it right now, you want to have a spot in your house where you can just set it up and not move it, because if you had to pull that thing down and put it back up every single day to take photos, you would be like, K-Way, why did you make me buy this thing? It's miserable, because it's like putting up a tent. It's not very fun to put that up. So if you do end up buying the $400 one, make sure you have a set spot to take your photos in. Otherwise, don't buy it. Get the small one, or just use like a white backdrop. Use like a poster board with photo lights hitting it. There's so many ways around it. You don't have to get a big light box like that. We just do it because we have a set space in our house. It just makes it super convenient. Kayla's out there right now. When she goes to take photos, she just hangs up the item. All the lights are turned on. It makes like no shadows in there, so it's super nice to take photos. All of our photos, like these photos right here, this is taken in our small light box. This is taken in our big light box. Small light box. That one has a crack button, as you can see. But small light box, big light box. But you can see they're pretty seamless. Like the background is not, I didn't do any AI, nothing, no editing to this photo, nothing. But as you can see, they're super nice. Super nice. All right, let's go ship out some orders over here. First one is going to be that Ralph Lauren shirt that I just showed. Has a crack button, but it's a good Ralph Lauren shirt. It's one with a double pocket. If it didn't have a crack button, I probably would have charged like $27 for this, but it sold for full asking price of $22.99. Even with flaws, you can still sell items. This is a perfect example of that. I only paid $3.21 for this, and it sold for $22.99, and it sold pretty quickly. $22.99. Actually, not pretty quickly. This is out for about a month and a half. You have the automated, yeah, you can set it up to automate. What I do is I just, as soon as I'm done shipping, like as soon as I'm done with the shipping live, I just pop in and leave a feedback for everybody. Does mom-in-law still work with you guys? No, she had to move. We're moving here pretty soon, so she had to find another job, and she basically just put in a bunch of applications, and the first one that accepted her, she went. She was going to try to stay as long as she could, but she had to take the job when she could. We're moving too far away for her to make that drive every single morning where we're moving to. So unfortunately, we lost her, which is really unfortunate, because mom was great. I didn't even have to like tell mom like what to do every day. She came in at like 6:30 in the morning. By the time I woke up, there was like 20 to 30 items photoed. So now we're having to do all that ourselves, which is, we kind of forgot how much work that how much work that was, because we haven't done it for such a long time. But after we move, we might look into hiring another person, somebody close to us. Once my daughters get old enough and they want to make a little extra money, that's probably what they'll be doing. But right now they're still a little too young to do that. So unfortunately, we're back to taking photos ourselves. But luckily with Nifty's tool, we are getting items listed, and it's so much easier now. It's actually saving us time. I'm just thinking, if we had mom working for us and we trained her to use Nifty, oh my gosh, we would have probably listed like 50 items a day. Considering the light box, even with my professional lights, it makes some of the backgrounds yellow. Yes, tap on the screen too whenever you're taking your photos. If you're using a white background, tap on the white background. It should like make the item look better when you do that. But yeah, we get that even with light boxes. We still get that yellow background every once in a while. So, did you employ your mom? My mom does all the stain removal and steaming when necessary. Yes, she was a contracted employee, is how we had to set it up. But yes, she worked with us for over a year. I think it was like a year and 6 months is what she worked. So, good morning. When you source on places like Whatnot, do you incorporate the shipping cost into your cost of goods? Of course, you have to incorporate shipping costs into your cost of goods, because that's your total price. If you didn't do it into your cost of goods, then I guess you could write it off as a shipping expense in your business, but you should just wrap that all into one. So let's say you bought $50 worth of stuff on Whatnot. There was $10 in shipping. Let's just use easy numbers. And you bought 6 items. I would just do $10 across the board on all those items. 6 items, $60, $10 each, including your shipping price. It's just like if you bought something at a thrift store and you paid sales tax, that is part of your buy cost. Your sales tax goes into your buy cost, because that's cost per unit. So, good question though. Next up, lots of Ralph Lauren shirts sold this weekend. Here's another one. Men's Ralph Lauren medium shirt. This one we paid $7.47 for. This one sold for $22.50. Again, I get these comments all the time, like, my Ralph Lauren isn't selling. Why isn't my Ralph Lauren selling? Yours sells, mine doesn't. Cover photos are key. Cover photos, I can't stress enough how good your cover photos have to be to sell these frequently. And then full front, full back, tag photo, tag photo. I only took 5 photos of this shirt, and I sold this shirt relatively quickly. So just keep that in mind when you're taking your photos. Cover photos, they don't have to look like this, but they got to look, you got to separate yourself out from the crowd. If you're taking your cover photo like this, even though this is a really good cover photo, everybody takes their cover photos like this. Doesn't separate you out from the crowd when people are scrolling through eBay. If you take your photos like this, or something different that doesn't look like this, you're going to sell your items much quicker. So just keep that in mind, because I get those comments literally every single time I say I pick up a Ralph Lauren shirt. It's like, mine aren't selling. Why is mine not selling and yours are selling? And I'm like, do your photos look good? I think they look good. I'm like, well, if you think they look good and you don't know they look good, that's probably why they're not selling. Also, keep in mind, I have a ton of Ralph Lauren listed. If you have like 5 Ralph Lauren shirts listed and you're wondering why you don't sell all 5 every week, it's because you only got 5 listed. I probably have I would say 300 Ralph Lauren items currently listed in my store. So that's how I can sell multiple every single day. I'll ask my tax person how to get that going. My 8-year-old helps too. Yes, talk to your tax advisor about that, because you can also write off a lot of those expenses. I know you can pay your kids so much per year, and it's you don't have to get taxed on that money, I think. Again, I'm just a dumb guy, so don't ask me, ask your tax advisor. But I know there's a certain amount you can pay your kids every single year, and it's like tax-free money for them. So it's actually better to pay your kids than paying an employee, because of that tax-free money. They can just hold that money in a bank account, and if you start them while they're 8 years old or 10 years old, they do that for 6 to 8 years while they're living at your house. They can have a nice little nest egg, a nice little car fund right there. You don't have to pay for their car when they graduate. So there you go. Talk to your tax advisor though. They'll be able to help you out with that. Another Ralph Lauren shirt. This is a men's large classic fit. Really good pattern to this one. These I always list a little bit higher because of the pattern. Pattern sells this item $24.99 plus ship. sold relatively quickly. I think this one was listed for about a month, and it sold for full asking price. So don't be afraid to price up your Ralph Lauren shirts a little bit based off the pattern. Patterns definitely help get them to sell. And that one's just going to slide in. I'm trying to use all these eBay bags. I have a bunch of these eBay bags left over. Actually, you need to use my quarterly coupon. I think I need to use my quarterly coupon. I don't think I used it this month. And I'm probably going to buy some boxes with it because I'm out of hat boxes. So I'm going to use eBay's coupon to get me some hat boxes. All right, that one shipped. Buyer paid $735, by the way. I'm only paying $580. I made that video the other day about how much you make on an eBay sale. And I had a bunch of people asking, like, why are you overcharging the buyer for shipping? It's not that I'm overcharging the buyer for shipping. I'm charging the buyer retail rates, and eBay gives me the discounted rate. So on almost every item I sell on eBay, I make a little bit of money on shipping, which helps me out with cost of materials, time involved with shipping. Hanging out with you guys and shipping items does take time, so I should get paid for that time. So yeah, you can pass the discount on to the buyer if you really, really want to. But personally, you make more money if you just keep that money for yourself. That's my personal opinion. I tried to do where I gave the discount on to the buyer, and to be honest, it didn't really make more sales for me. It kept the sales the same, but I was making less money. Made no sense. Next up, Tommy Bahama shirt. This is just a seersucker Tommy Bahama. It's not silk or anything like that. It's just a plain Tommy Bahama. It does have like pineapples and flamingos all over it, palm trees. But this isn't like a high dollar Tommy Bahama. This one sold for $22.50. Nifty sent out a 10% out offer, and this person accepted. I only paid $7 for this in a bulk buy. What's up, Richard? What clear bags do you use to store ties in? So the clear bags I use to store ties in, I can show you in just a second. If you go to my link tree in my bio and you go to the bags that I purchased, they're going to be the smallest bags available under that listing. So when you click on that, it's going to show the big bags that we use. But go into the listing and then filter down for the smallest bags. I think they're the far left-hand side, and the clear bags will be there. But I'll show you what they look like in just a second. We only use these for ties, so don't go too crazy and buy a bunch of them. Try to buy the least amount you can, because we bought a bunch of them, and we've bought them like 2 years ago, and we still have a bunch of them left. Give me 1 second. Print that out. Frenchie's in the house. Do you think paying for an eBay store is beneficial? I think once you get over a certain amount of listings, it is beneficial because you're not paying those insertion fees anymore. Where are they at? I know they're in here somewhere. Oh, they're there. Oh, that's not them. These are the clear bags we use. So they're the same exact bags that we use for our shirts, except they're just a smaller size. They have a suffocation warning on the bottom. You can also use these for Amazon too. I know Amazon, when you ship items in bags, they require this little suffocation warning. But yeah, they open the same way, they peel the same way, and the dimensions on this one, I don't have a ruler. Kayla took my ruler, but they're the smallest bags that's on that listing in our link tree. So those are the ones we use. Really nice. They seal very well too. Sort of funny. What am I talking about? Oh, eBay store. Once you get over a certain amount of listings, it does benefit you to use an eBay store because you're not paying insertion fees anymore. You are paying a quarterly or not quarterly. You're paying either monthly or paying yearly for a store, so you got to keep that in mind. But after, I think you get 250 for free now. So after like 300 and something, it makes more sense to buy a store than it does to pay those insertion fees. Regular name, I forgot it was Facebook. Yeah, Frenchie's in the house. What's up, Steve? All right, next up, we got a bunch of these. I'm gonna save those for last, and then we can just talk to chat while I'm shipping those out. If you saw my post yesterday on Facebook, you saw that I sold these Polo Ralph Lauren twill pants. Good little pickup right here. I think I used Nifty to create this listing. I'm almost certain I used Nifty to create this listing. Actually, no, I created this listing with Nifty. You can tell by the title. It's the title. I don't use this title structure. This is the title structure I usually use. This is the title structure that Nifty used, and it always puts my size at the very back. But yeah, nice little pair of Polo Ralph Lauren chino pants. I picked these up through a bulk buy. Same per people that list on List It. Nobody bought their lot. I ended up buying their lot again from them. I paid like $6 or $7 a piece for these pants. These sold for $24.99 plus ship. These people are going to be listing more lots, Polo lots. If you guys don't buy them, I'm trying to give you guys the opportunity first to buy them. If you guys don't buy them, then they just message me and like, hey, you want them? I'm like, yep, I'll take them. I have a whole box of Polo Ralph Lauren already here, and I got another 2 boxes from them on the way. So it's going to be lots of Polo pieces getting listed over the next couple weeks. I can't find an order I sold. What should I tell the buyer on eBay? It should be under your orders form. If you sold it, did you actually sell it, or did they make an offer and you accepted and the offer is pending? If the offer is pending, then you don't have to ship it yet because they haven't paid for it. If they paid for it, then you should be good. Who is spamming my Facebook? Oh, it's Jesus Christ, it's Kit Kat. Kit Kat, stop spamming my Facebook. Anyways, yeah, if you sold it, you could have accepted an offer, but they haven't paid yet, so you don't have to ship it until they pay. I got the listed box I bought from the other day. Can't wait to buy more. Let's go. Yes, lots of listed. There's tons of available lots right now, like crazy good lots available on listed. So, do you print your own inventory labels? Those little labels at the top? Yeah, I have a video on YouTube, boxes versus bins. Go watch that video. It's the complete setup, a complete video on how I set up my inventory system, and it shows exactly how I get those labels. So, where do I go to buy them? Listed.net. This is our wholesale site that other people, just like you guys, can list sites or list lots available, and then you can also buy lots from other sellers. So listed.net, it's in the chat right now. Go over to that site. You can create an account. It's free. I don't know why it didn't just send to. Did it not send? Said I got an error. Let me see if that works. Let's go into Facebook. There it is. It's in the chat now. Listed.net. Head over there. There's tons of available lots. I think there's like over 150 lots available right now. Polo lots are gone, but they're going to list another set of Polo lots here within the next week. I posted it like 3 times to my Facebook trying to get you guys to buy it. I was like, this is a great deal. I don't know why you guys aren't buying it. And then I ended up buying it. So I need to find a connection in Arizona. Everybody on Listed, you can buy and they'll ship it to you. That's the benefit of Listed. So. Have you ever seen a Carhartt shirt without a Carhartt info in the back? No, but it could be a screen printed tag, and if it's a screen printed tag and it's been washed multiple times, maybe the tag came off. If it's an older shirt, usually they always have a paper tag, but maybe somebody cut it out. Could be 2 reasons. They can't find the item in storage. Oh, you can't find an order you sold. Gotcha. Oh, okay. Yeah, so, okay. So message the buyer. I actually had this issue this morning. So I put too many quantity in. You guys will see that I'm not shipping out these Rock Revival jeans. These Rock Revival jeans right here, I don't have. I put in an extra quantity that I didn't actually have available. So I actually messaged the buyer, and this is exact wording that I gave to the buyer. I said, thank you for your order. Unfortunately, this item is sold out, or you can say something like, unfortunately, this item is not available. If you would like, I'll substitute this item out for another item in my store. If not, would you like me to cancel? And usually always they say, don't worry about it. Thank you for reaching out, something like that. Go ahead and cancel the order. And now you can cancel the order because the buyer said that they wanted to cancel the order. You can use the reasoning that buyer asked to cancel. If you do any other cancellations, then you will get dinged on your account. But if you get word from them that says they want to cancel the order, you can cancel the order that says buyer asked to cancel. It's like a little bit of a workaround so you don't get a ding on your account. I use that maybe like once or twice a year whenever I get an item that I sell that I don't have anymore. Either I put it on Whatnot and I just forgot to pull it down off eBay, or I just put too many quantity like I just showed right there. But if you message a buyer with that simple message and you get confirmation from them that they want to cancel the order, then you're allowed to use buyer asked to cancel. That's what I do so I don't get a ding. Now, if they don't message back by the end of the day, I'll just cancel this order. I'll get a ding on my account. Doesn't really matter because I don't really cancel many orders all year, so it's not going to affect me. But if I can save myself from getting that ding on my account and just message them and get them to say that they want to cancel, then you save yourself an extra little ding on your account. Is Listed available on Android now? No, it's not available on Android. I'm still trying to get those guys to get it on Android. I wish they would. But it is available on web, so you can go on your Android phone, go on the web, go to listed.net, it'll pull it up. Is there a value difference between Polo Ralph Lauren and just regular Ralph Lauren? Not really. There's Ralph Lauren and Polo Ralph Lauren pieces that are equal value. There's some that are less, some that are more. It just really depends on the piece. It doesn't really depend on the exact tag. For example, there's Lauren Ralph Lauren pieces that are worth more than Polo Ralph Lauren pieces. It's not so much the tag, it's more the actual piece you're looking at. All right, the rest of these sales, other than this, I'll just show this. I'm going to ship it after live. This is just a train. If you guys know the train story, I got a bunch of trains from a huge bulk buy. I've been slowly selling these. I've already made all my money back. I have about 100 more of these listed. This one sold for $18. I paid $3.25 for each train. A lot of the trains were worth like $100+, and then most of them are worth like $20 or less. But either way, I make a profit every time I sell one of those. And then we have some of these. So poncho shirt, extra large, regular fit poncho shirt. This one sold over on eBay for $55. Feel free to ask questions right now because this is going to get to the boring part where I'm just shipping out poncho shirts because I sold a whole mess of these this weekend. What price point would you sell a Ralph Lauren dress shirt bundle unlisted? If it's a Ralph Lauren dress shirt bundle, good patterns, good sizes, I would try to price those around $8 to $10 a unit. You got to think you're selling to resellers, so resellers have to make money. And if it's not around $8 to $10 a unit, there's not enough money to be made. I sell Ralph Lauren shirts for $22 to $27 plus shipping on eBay. You got to remember there's fees involved with that too. So if you have your Ralph Lauren shirts priced at, let's say, $15 a piece, after I sell them for $22 and I pay my eBay fee, I'm only making like $3 or $4 on each of those. So you really want to make it so your buyer is at least going to double their money on those. And I get it, if you can't get Ralph Lauren shirts that cheap and it doesn't make sense for you to sell them unlisted, then you would sell those yourself. But there are people that go to the bins, they get Ralph Lauren shirts for $1 or $2, and they don't mind putting 10 of them up on listed for $8 per unit, because they're going to make that quick money, and they're going to be able to go out and find more of those Ralph Lauren shirts. So there's people just like that. I actually had a conversation with somebody on a List It Live the other night about that. They're able to go to the thrift store and buy tons of Ralph Lauren and tons of other brands really cheap, and they're just going to wholesale it off to other people on Listed. So it's a good little way to get some inventory or sell some inventory. Is a promotion for bulk changing your listings? Is a promotions campaign for bulk changing your listings to promote it on eBay or Nifty? It's on eBay. On eBay, it's under, let me see, is it advertising dashboard? Yeah. You're going to go to your advertising dashboard. Right here under advertising, you're going to go to dashboard. You're going to go to create new campaign. And then as you can see, I have a promoted listings campaign at 7%. So you'll just create that campaign, 7%, and it'll automatically promote your listings. As soon as Nifty does a delist, relist, it automatically promotes everything. So, what's up, Amy? Orders awaiting shipment. Next up, we got a medium slim fit poncho shirt. Here it is right here. Just got to find which one it is. This one sold for 55 buckaroos. I'm almost out of poncho shirts. I think I have less than 20 left, I think. And I bought a whole mess of these. I bought like, I forget how many I bought. I think I bought close to 100 of these, and I only got 20 left. I did pay up a little bit for them. I paid $35 a piece, but I knew these would be super easy to list and super easy to ship. And basically, I only had to take listings of one of these shirts, and then I could list all of these based off those photos. So if you can buy bulk, buy bulk. The profit's not super amazing. You're not going to make a ton off each one of your items, but just remember how much time is invested. It only took me like 30 minutes to list all of these shirts, and then I just sit back and relax and let them come on in. On eBay, do you know how to turn off sending a QR code when shipping? Yeah, it's bottom right hand corner. I'll try to show it to you in just a second. When you're shipping out an item, this is another extra large regular fit poncho shirt that's sold. This one sold for $55 again. Let me see if I can show this on the screen. Right down here. Bottom of your order, printable label format. You want to print the label and you don't want a QR code. So you have it selected for this. You just want this. Very bottom. So when you're scrolling through your sale, you're going to scroll down. Shippable formats down there at the bottom. Easy peasy. I'm brand new and I have a question about listing. Do you always list to every shop with every item of clothing, or do you think that some items will sell better on particular shops, like platforms you're saying? So, for example, these poncho shirts are listed to eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Depop. I use Nifty to cross list. It takes no time at all to cross list. So I'll just usually cross list these against all platforms. There are certain pieces that I don't list to, like hard goods. I will list to eBay and Mercari. I don't list hard goods to Poshmark in most cases. Yeah, I said that the other day, and people were like, "I list to Poshmark." I get it if you list hard goods to Poshmark. I just don't see many hard goods selling on Poshmark. It's more of a clothing website, so those items I don't cross list. But basically, everything else, all clothing gets cross listed across all platforms that I use. When will you be selling poncho shirts again? What platform? The poncho shirts, these. I bought these off somebody else to sell on eBay. I don't actually have like a wholesale connection. This person gets wholesale every once in a while, and I was able to connect with them on Instagram, but I don't have poncho shirts available. Also, I'll say this out loud. I don't think many of you would pay $35 a piece for poncho shirts. I don't think so. A lot of you would be like, that's not enough profit for me. I'm going to buy these for 35 and sell them for 55 to 70. Doesn't make sense. I'm learning that now that everybody asks for wholesale, and I have a whole site for wholesale. And a lot of the lots that I would personally like, I would buy so many lots on Listed, but I don't want to buy all the great lots. It just doesn't make sense for me to build that platform. I want to be able to have you guys get good deals, but I'm noticing there's lots available right now that I would easily buy and flip and make double to triple my money. And I'm seeing a lot of people pass on them because they're like, oh, that's too expensive. I'm used to going to the thrift store and paying $5 a piece for Ralph Lauren shirts. Why would I pay $8 for them in bulk? It's because you're getting them in bulk. You're having them shipped right to your door. It makes a lot of sense to purchase that way. So yeah, if I put these up in a lot for, let's say, $35 a piece on Listed, I don't think many people would buy these because they're just too expensive for most resellers that are not selling volume. This is more of like a volume game. Another poncho shirt, size large. This one sold for $57, and then I got this one sold for $58.50. Both size large. No problem, Melissa. As we drive to the beach, I listed a bunch of clothing I had bought. Always on my mom's, on just Poshmark. Sold something as we drove. Nice, let's go. So you listed some stuff. You're on the way. You're on vacation or something. Is that what you're doing? And you listed some items, and you sold one in the car. Let's go. Thanks to you and Surfs, my two gurus. Cough, cough. Well, you can leave Surfs out of this, Susan. I'm surprised he isn't here. He's probably watching in the background. Have you found bulk buys on other platforms like Mercari and eBay? I looked at Mercari yesterday and didn't see anything like buying in bulk. So the way you buy in bulk from a place like Mercari or eBay is you would go to the person's store and you would see what they have listed. I've done this on Facebook too. Like I've seen somebody with like one or two good items, and then I go through their entire store and I find a bunch of stuff. You can also do this on Poshmark too. Find a bunch of stuff and you add it into a bundle, and then you message them and say like, hey, would you take XYZ for this bundle, knowing that you're going to be able to resell it. But you're not going to find just singular lots of bundles that are really good. Usually you'll have to go through and cherry pick someone's store. And usually the best stores to do that on are people that look new, because they're probably selling stuff that they have in their closet. They don't really know too much about the resale value on certain pieces. They just want to clear out stuff from their closet. So if you can find somebody like that, you can make a lot of money, especially on Facebook Marketplace. There's a lot of people that throw up clothing on Facebook Marketplace or hard goods, and they just want to clear the stuff out of their house, kind of like a garage sale feel. And if you can find a bunch of, they listed a bunch of, I've done this with Peter Millar polos. I had somebody notice that they listed a bunch of Peter Millar polos, ended up their husband was a professional golfer. He gets all this stuff for free. They just wanted to clear it out. I talked with them in Messenger for like 10 minutes, and we ended up securing a deal for like, I think it was like 80 or so Peter Millar pieces. I have a video on YouTube. It's far back on my YouTube page, but 80 pieces just from finding one singular listing on Facebook. So that's the way I would do it. I wouldn't look for bulk lots. I would actually create the bulk lots myself from the people's listings. So I'm thankful for you badass resellers that come on live and answer questions. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Appreciate you, Bianca. Yes, I've been doing lives for I've been doing lives for a while. I love doing the lives and just talking to you guys. I think it's the best way to build really good followers too. Like I call you guys sticky followers, because if I just put out a video and it goes viral and I get 10,000 followers, most of those people are just watching for that singular video and they'll never come back to my page. It makes my account look really good because I get 10,000 followers, but I'd rather connect with, I have 90 people watching right now. I'd rather connect with 90 people that are here every single day, that come back, that ask questions. Those are the best followers. Even though it's not 10,000, it's only 90. I'd rather talk to 90 of you than 10,000 random people. Soon I'll need a Nifty code as I brave the other platforms. My Nifty code is always linked in my bio. So if you go, or you're on Facebook, so if you go to my pin post, it's always linked to my pin post, or you just go to nifty.ai and just use code KWayShop. It'll be pretty easy to remember that way, and then you'll still get the free trial and everything that way, and then you get 15% off your first month. Yeah, Facebook Marketplace is really good. I actually haven't looked on Facebook in a while. I used to do it all the time, especially when I just left the post office. I used to always just scroll through Facebook like once a week and see what was listed. If you're really good about it and you look like once a day and you have it timed where you look at like prime time, like in the morning and then also at night, you can find some really, really good deals on Facebook Marketplace. Some really, really good deals. You are a sticky follower, Amy. You're the stickiest. I agree with you. A lot of great lots on there. If I had extra money, I would definitely buy. Yes, I get it. There's like I get that. And I think I've been talking to a lot of people who are creating lots, and they're asking me questions like, what should I be doing? Because I think my lot's good and it's not selling, but they're just huge lots. And I'm like, hey, if you split that lot up into thirds or half, split it into half, and then make that buy cost a little bit lower, you're going to open yourself up to more buyers. Now, you have to be careful with that because, like, let's say you have a lot of 50 items and you split those into 5 lots of 10, you got to remember your shipping cost is going to be higher per unit. That's the benefit of buying a big lot, is your shipping cost per unit ends up being lower. If you ship one item, it's going to cost you, let's say, $6 to ship. If you ship 2 items, that's going to cost you $9 to ship, right? And your buy cost per unit actually goes down as you buy more. So that's why people are doing big lots, because it benefits you more, benefits the end buyer more if they buy a bigger lot as opposed to a smaller lot. So instead of going to your days, yeah, 100%. Saves so much time going back and forth. I've learned everything from watching normally during the school year on lunch break. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate everybody who watches, and everybody who watches on replay too. I get lots of replay hits afterwards, so I appreciate you guys. What's up, Danny? This is my dad, by the way. Everybody say what's up, Dad. Good morning. How can you sell this table when I built it for you? Have a blessed day. Yes, he's building me a flat lay setup, and I sent him I sent you a text this morning, Dad. I don't know if you got it, about the dimensions that I need, but I think you watched Surf's video, so you probably got it. But yeah, Dad's making me a flat lay setup, so that way we can I want to have it in this room so I can start filming lives in here, because my goal was to be moved out already so I can already start doing the lives and showing you guys how I list. But we're still waiting for the house to sell, so I told Dad, I said, look, I need a flat lay setup. I'm going to give you some ideas, and then I want you to try to figure out what you can come up with. And he came up with a really good idea, so I think you guys are going to like the table that he's building. So you guys will see it here pretty soon. I'm a new reseller. I found a football helmet worth around $300. Do you think eBay or Marketplace? eBay for sure. Facebook Marketplace could be good for a local deal, so you don't have fees. You can just get cash in hand. But you're going to get way more buyers on eBay. I think most people in this chat would say if you list an item on eBay and you list an item on Facebook, you're going to get way more traction on eBay than you would Facebook. Again, the only benefit to Facebook Marketplace is you can just literally walk or down the street, or you can just drive down the street and you get cash in hand. So yeah, Surf's made his own. I'm not as good as Surf's. Do you sell all those hats you had back behind you? Was that a bulk buy? The hats that I had behind me. The ones I had a while ago, the NFL hats, those I already all sold. Those weren't a bulk buy. Those were a local consignment deal. So somebody locally, a reseller, had all those hats. They actually bought them from a garage sale, and they didn't want to list them. So they're like, can you just sell these all on Whatnot, and I'll just take the cut. And I was like, cool, I'll do that for you. So they dropped them off, and we ran them all. So He should patent it. The new table. Can't wait to see it. It's gonna be a big table though. I don't think you can patent it, but it would be awesome if we could build a table for resellers that could fold up and be shipped in a box, and then we can make them. That's actually smart, Dad. If you're listening to this, if you can make a table that lays flat and then folds out and then is like a flat lay setup, that's a money idea right there. That's a money idea. Everybody's saying hi to Dad. All right, that's it. If you guys have any last minute questions, feel free to drop them in the chat real quick. I'm going to head off here in a minute, and I'm going to ship the rest of the orders. We have a couple whatnot orders from last night. Again, if you missed last night's show, if you're watching on Facebook, I understand, because I couldn't get it to hook up to Facebook. It just wouldn't allow me to do it last night. But you can watch the replay on YouTube. Lots of crazy stuff for this weekend show. We already sold just around $500 worth of stuff on last night's live. It's going to be crazy this weekend. I'm going to go out and get probably a pair of AirPods for a buyer appreciation giveaway too. So make sure you bookmark that show. Lots of like Bolo brands. You guys are going to be able to buy stuff and make money, or buy stuff for yourself. Listed does ship to Canada. I just figured this out. Listed does ship to Canada. So you have to message the buyer or the seller and message them and say, hey, I live in Canada. I would like to buy your lot. What would it cost to ship to Canada? And then they'll have to figure out the shipping cost. They'll have to do some research to figure out what the shipping cost is from the US to Canada to you. I will say it's going to be very expensive because these boxes are usually pretty big. But yes, you can ship to Canada. Just understand shipping costs are going to be high. Found an Orlebar brown swimsuit yesterday. I was shocked comps when I looked it up. If you watched last night's live, let me see. If you watched last night's Whatnot Live, you already know that we have Orlebar Brown for the Whatnot show on Saturday. Literally 3 pieces of Orlebar Brown. I haven't even gone all the way through the whole box. So this is going to be in the show on Saturday. Orlebar Brown. If you don't know that brand, go look it up. As you can see, somebody else already found it and looked it up. Really, really good. I've featured Orlebar Brown in a couple of my videos before. So, yeah, Orlebar Brown is a great, great brand to look out for. Everything in that show is going to be started at $10. We got Lululemon, Viore, we got Jams World. We already sold the Farm Rio piece from last night, but really good stuff, like insane stuff. I would love a table, yes. He's probably watching this. He's probably getting some ideas. See, everybody wants one, Dad. I want in my suggestion. Hi, Dad. Everybody wants it. I was on Amazon looking for a table. Yeah, I don't think you could find one. They're very specific, so there's not probably going to be many people that are able to build one and ship one. That's the hard part to this, is because you could build a table, but shipping the table is going to be expensive, because just think, you got to be able to fit a whole pair of jeans on the table to snap your photo. I measured a pair of jeans this morning. They were 40 inches, so the actual board has to be 50 to 60 inches, because you have to have some leeway on the sides to be able to snap your photo. But if you can make a table that folds up nice and neat, and the board actually folds up too, like into little squares, like folds down, and then when you're ready, you can unfold it and lay it flat. That could work. I'm trying to get ideas right now. I'm just thinking this through in my head right now. You should just do the AirPods giveaway, but ship it from Amazon and then free shipping. On Whatnot, there's a rule that states you have to have the item in hand before you actually run them. And the buyer appreciation giveaway has to be in hand. Also, I want to make sure they're authentic, because there's a lot of fake AirPods going around right now, and there's a lot of people selling fake AirPods on Amazon. They call them one-of-ones, which is fake AirPods. I can't believe they get away with this. So we actually go to make sure we get authentic AirPods, we go to Target and we buy all of our AirPods at Target. So yeah, I get the free shipping aspect, but I also like being able to hold them up on the live and be like, hey, if you guys buy something, you get these AirPods. It does help too. I gotta sneeze. Ugh. My nose is running. How do I set up shipping costs on List It if I'm going to use Pirate Ship? I gotta sneeze. I knew that was coming. I love to lower my shipping. I'm using polybags. So what I would do is I would do some research. If you ship, let's say you ship, we live in Florida, and I'm going to ship a 10-pound bag using pirate ship to, let's say, California. I'm going to use one of the farthest away areas, and then I'm just going to look in pirate ship and see exactly what that costs. So 10 pounds in a 10 by 10 by 4 bag, or 10 by 10 bags, you're not going to use the other dimension on pirate ship, to California, and then figure out what that shipping cost is, and then just put that as your set price on your shipping cost. So if it costs you $15 to ship that, put all your orders as a flat rate 15, and then if you ship closer to you, it'll be actually a little bit cheaper. You'll make a little bit of money on shipping. That's how I would do it. Because if you do calculate it, it's going to calculate it for the buyer, and it's not going to use that pirate ship discount. I actually thought about doing exactly what you're thinking. I bought big clear bags and big poly bags, so that way I can make lots and put them into the poly bags and get a really cheap rate for the buyers when they're buying lots on listed. I'm probably going to make some of those lots next week. A friend hired a local handyman. Yeah, luckily I have my dad. He's like a handyman. He can make it for me. I think mine are fake. No, yours are real. Yours came straight from Target. I made mine out of PVC pipe. Yeah, I thought about that too, making it out of PVC pipe so it's super lightweight. But he has an idea on if it comes to fruition, it's going to be a really, really good setup. So, table on the brain. I know we're thinking about how to make this table work. All right, everybody, I appreciate you guys hanging out today. I probably won't be live tomorrow morning shipping out orders because I usually don't go live on Saturday morning, but I will be live tomorrow night on Whatnot. So again, go make sure you bookmark that show. Also, if you're looking for lots, I'm telling you guys, I'm going to show you guys right now. I'm going to go to list it, and I'm going to show you guys some lots. There's 158 lots available right now. 158 on list it. There's some really, really good lots. Everybody's taking really good photos. Here's a good lot right here. This lot has Psycho Bunny in it. Johnny O, like all the brands you want. Look at that, Psycho Bunny in there. These are all marine layer pieces, Faraday pieces in this lot. This is right at the top. Really, really good lot available right now. 34 pieces for $375, $21 shipping. Nice lot. There's a bunch of these available right now. So if you need inventory, there's so much. A lot of these lots too were created on a live, so you can go rewatch the live to see exactly what's inside of all these lots. I'm really surprised this lot hasn't sold. Lot of 14. It's got New It Tag, Barefoot Dreams, Madewell, Aritzia. This is a really good women's lot. And then this seller also put in a video showing each and every one of these items. So if you wanted to look at it, you could see it. It's not just photos here. It's everything. So if you scroll through this, there's tons of good stuff. A lot of 55. New It Tag. You got New It Tag Outer Known, $298 retail, $770. Really good New It Tag lot available. So if you need some inventory, go check out Listed. There's tons available right now. Listed.net. And there's also being posted all throughout the day. I noticed a couple people are going live over this weekend. There was one that went live last night, I think, while I was live, and I didn't get a chance to share it. But yeah, lots of good lots. So go check it out. When is the table reveal? Whenever he makes it. Should be soon. But I appreciate you guys hanging out, and I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.